Today, Precarious plays
Torment, Tides of Numenera.
You just blew my mind.
Yeah?
Yeah. We were doing vocal warm-ups, and I do she sells seashells down by the seashore pretty slowly. Mm-hmm. And then you were like, hey, if you think about it in context, it's a lot easier. Like if you actually...
You can say it much more quickly if you think about it as actual words.
Yeah, instead of just as a vocal exercise.
So,
and you were right.
Yeah. I bet you can't do it now, though, because we're...
No, I don't want to. I need to save all of my SP, that's speech points, for the show.
I'm gonna talk to this person.
No, they're crooked.
So?
A small... And I'm just trying to guess what you're saying to try to mimic it.
Tangerine.
Razma is so
No,
handsome
stop it,
and
stop it.
smells
like
pretty
oranges.
good.
Okay.
A small, hollow-cheeked mutant sings a soft, wavering tune to herself. Yellow bruises discolor her skin, wounds formed not from violence, but from malnutrition, and her prominent bones bend and twist at odd angles. Still she smiles. She smiles at the oily water devoid of any fish. She smiles as she arranges her empty basket beside her, and she smiles at you when she sees you standing over her.
Hey, buddy. Hello, I'm Crooked Qeek of the Cold Canyon tribe. I haven't seen you down here before. I hope you're not here to fish. They're nibbling instead of biting today.
She coughs into her cupped hands, a raw and ragged hacking that bends her double. You take her for a child at first, but after studying her features, it's clear she's in her late teens. It's only some mutation in her bony stature, born of starvation, that make her seem childlike. Sad place.
Oh, what do I want to know? All of these things. I love meeting people.
You could just go numerically then.
Yeah. You said you're part of the cold... No, I think it'd be more polite to start talking about fish.
Okay.
What do you think? Why do you think the fish aren't biting? The fish down there are pretty fast and smart. They're nibbling at the bait and then swimming away.
She watches the line with a combination of hunger and weariness.
It's hard for me not to get the pole... Oh, it's hard for me not to get to the pole and...
There's no knot. Pardon me. I was trying to sneak a glass of water.
And I had a mental meltdown because I used all of my SP telling you my special trick about seashells.
Down by the seashore.
Yes. It's hard for me to get to the pole in time when the rod twitches, and harder to reel in the catch. I'm not very strong.
Good lord. Oh,
I want to...
Yes, please.
Can I fish with your gear?
Please help this malnourished individual.
You're welcome to it. Only if you...
She says, sorry.
Only if you do find something. Could you share?
She trails off, blushing, somehow. Not sure how. She's extremely anemic. No blood in her.
Never mind. Company is better than a scrawny fish. Aw.
This is a lot to deal with.
I know. Okay, look, this is why I play, to meet
We could
people.
probably...
I befriended a cheese grater earlier, and now I'm fishing with a person who needs a hand.
We could probably give this individual like 5 of our future dollars and escort them to a restaurant so they don't get mugged on the way there. I've read a book or two.
I mean, we'll see. We're gonna see where this goes.
I've read the marvelous adventures of Quoth, of the bad luck.
Quoth of the bad luck.
Yeah. He's a pretty unlucky dude.
Yeah. You said you're part of the Cold Canyon tribe. Are they down here too? No.
Ill-fated Quoth. Maybe would be more poetic. Anyway, she says lightly,
They're all gone. Either dead or We're gone.
She still isn't meeting your eyes.
There used to be a lot of us. We came here when I was a baby, running from...
She pauses, thinking.
A war, some sort of war that never ends. My parents thought we would be safe here, but the tribe died off one by one.
She turns away, wiping her eyes.
This city is hard to people like us.
Ugh. Do we have to play this game more? I mean...
Okay.
I gotta take a quick break just to point out that we've had almost a month-long break from this game because I kinda didn't want to come back to it in my heart of hearts. We could stop right now. We could end the session.
Come on, that guy doesn't have a head.
Okay.
And walks around and is, fine enough. Okay. How was the city hard on your tribe? What happened here? They were used to living in the wilderness, so they knew what they could eat safely. Here, it's not so simple. My mother told me that 10 people died eating tainted food before we found this fishing hole.
She stares into the murky water.
Then there's the diseases you can catch in the city, and the hate. A lot of us were killed just for being hard to look at, I guess. That's a dumb question, but I'm gonna ask it. Is it as hard for you to survive here as it was for your people? No.
She says, smiling.
I don't have a lot to eat, but I'm more resistant to sickness than my parents were. And people here know me. They leave me alone. You said everyone in your tribe is dead? Not everyone,
she says with a brave little smile.
I'm here. And some of us just left for better places. I bet they're doing really well. Okay, is Crooked Qeek your real name? Sort of. My parents called me Qeek, but the nickname came later.
She hunches over, her eyes darting shadily from side to side.
It's because I sell junk for high prices and bribe the levies to carry people off in the night.
She laughs.
No, not really. People call me crooked because I look twisted and broken. Oh. I wish they wouldn't, but it's okay. I am crooked, right? Okay. Don't you mind? Does that not bother you? Not really. I can't call them liars, can I?
She smiles, but it's not the radiant thing you saw before.
Okay.
That's it. No additional questions. Thank you, Qeek.
It's good. Well, she said she wanted company, and I'm going to assume that I shared some fish with her.
No, I kinda hate this. I kinda hate it.
See you later.
Because if this were... Okay, hold on. Allow me a digression. If we're gonna keep playing, I'm gonna continue to be exasperated, so I should explain why, right?
Mm-hmm.
You and I regularly play the format that this game is aping, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna be blunt. This is a pale imitation of the tabletop RPGs we get to play all the time. This style of game, it is just trying to... It's an automated dungeon master for people that don't have a dungeon master.
Mm-hmm.
You are sitting directly adjacent to your dungeon master. You know? Here, let's take a quick break. And you just met Crooked Qeek,
mm-hmm.
and I just described all of the sad things to you. What would you like to do?
I'd like to spend some time fishing with them.
All right. I don't think that there's no real fishing proficiency. It's not gonna be a skill check. Just do flat dexterity. Give me a d20. I'm mentally rolling. You got a 14. What's your dexterity bonus? Probably a plus 2, plus 4. All right.
I'm a thief.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, a whole basket. If there was a fish in there, you got it. The problem is going to be what's she going to do in 2 weeks, but that's a 2 weeks from now problem.
Well, I just get her phone number.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, her medieval equivalent of a freaking phone number.
No, you.
I establish a friendship.
You have a not a cipher. You have one of the gizmos of this setting. Maybe it is a cipher. Mm-hmm. You have a doodad and the equivalent. This setting's equivalent of like sending stones.
Okay.
And now if she's in trouble, she can just give you a call. How does that sound?
That sounds good. And I want to have enough conversations with her to figure out. You know, what she might like to be doing. And then I want to have enough amazing adventures that eventually I can call her into some of my mischief and then eventually improve the situation somewhat in a way that is actually something that she wants to do.
Done and done.
Okay, D&D. Right, but this isn't D&D, so I'm going to try to catch some fish. Try catching some fish.
Yep. You pull on the line and something in the dark below pulls back. You press your lips together and reel in your catch. A muddy cipher dangles from the end of the line.
Interesting. It's beautiful.
Crooked Qeek breathes. Whoa, it's a rough one.
I was just hoping for fish. I can sell it and eat for weeks. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to her. God, kind of craziness. See, this is the type of thing that I was talking about, though.
You pass the cipher to her and she squinches her eyes shut in unmitigated joy.
Thank you. Use my fishing pole whenever you want. My gold tide raised a small amount.
I mean, like...
should I fish again? I'm gonna fish again.
I feel like they just did, like, the bare minimum options available after... I'm gonna have better luck tomorrow. If the day ever changes, you might want to try to think to come back here, but that was sort of like the bare minimum A or B choice, where it's like, oh, you do something nice or you do something sadistic, right? Mm-hmm. What, are you trying to figure out if she's actually, like, she doesn't look that out of the ordinary.
Yeah,
with her model.
I'm trying to figure out what marks her as particularly different, but I got nothing. So, what is the... I need to go around meeting people.
Okay, go.
Okay. I gotta work the room, man.
I'm just saying that if I were playing this at a tabletop, I could be like, no, forget whatever we were gonna do. My whole life is now I've adopted this street urchin and I'm gonna go buy a place to live in town.
Yeah.
And any dungeon master that worth their screen is gonna be like, yeah, okay, we'll talk about it between sessions, but sure, if you're interested in that, yeah.
Okay.
But this game can't do that. And it's just frustrating. And I'm gonna wind up being exasperated often, because this is a imitation cheese. This is Cheese Whiz.
Have you ever read a pick your own adventure novel?
Yeah, I don't like those either.
Okay, so there you go. But
you're missing the point.
Yeah.
All right. The point is that I'm going to be doing the audible version of rolling my eyes quite often. I'm trying to get it out of my system now. The problem is that we haven't played for weeks and weeks, and it's built up. My exasperation, it's become a mental block, and I'm just trying to clamber over it. You read the thing. Read the text.
This large and heavily muscled woman wears what appear to be rags that should have fallen apart ages ago. She looks so tired that it wouldn't be a surprise if she fell asleep on her feet. And yet, when she opens her mouth, her voice is energetic, like a little girl who's about to get a present.
Hello, can anyone hear what I'm saying? I can't make this work.
Without warning, she slaps herself.
I hope no one saw that.
Oddly, no thoughts at all come from this woman. At least you think she has none. There's a faint whispering at the edge of your hearing, but you can't make out any words. Who are you?
Are you talking to me?
Her head swivels awkwardly around, trying to catch a glimpse of you.
Oh, you are. My name is Varanoth, champion of the wastes.
The woman flinches at the sound of the very different, booming voice that came from her own mouth.
That's not my name, you stupid thing. It's Veranoth, champion of the wastes. Damn, I come from a land you've never heard of. Damn it. I guess I'm not allowed to say.
So, you aren't Veranoth, champion of the wastes.
I'm not, but you might as well call me that. Or just Veranoth.
One shoulder shrugs and keeps shrugging.
I'm not actually here. I'm just talking through her and trying to move her around.
Her shoulder freezes mid-shrug.
It keeps yelling over me if I talk about something I'm not supposed to.
She says, lowering her voice.
But maybe if I speak carefully...
Her chin drops to her chest.
My family explores the world using special tools.
The body stabs itself with its finger pointedly.
But they tell me I'm too young to help. So I waited until everyone was sleeping and, you know.
The head lolls back on its neck, winking at the roof of the cavern.
Are you an explorer too?
No, I'm not. I'm not feeling that much trickster energy right now. I am, but not like you.
Oh,
She says.
For some reason, I thought you were a champion of the wastes, too. Damn, it did it again, didn't it? Just don't tell anyone what I am, all right?
This feels... Okay, what can that construct do, young lady?
Well, it's really hard to break. My mother, that's who usually controls it, once got stepped on by an adult earthshaker. It just stuck her on the ground like a nail.
The woman flexes a massive bicep.
Am I flexing?
The girl says.
I'm trying to flex. Anyway, it's also incredibly strong. Punch holes in mountains strong.
The arm flops back to her hip.
And it's not really a construct. There's no metal inside. She has blood, bones, perfect human expressions. Not that you can tell from how I do it.
The girl adds sourly. The woman's face grimaces along with her. I am uncomfortable with this situation.
Uh-huh.
Because there is a toddler wielding an actual meat puppet at me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We are in a best case scenario. This is some kind of organically humanely, no, what's it called? Fair trade flesh golem.
Fair trade flesh golem, great.
Yeah, that is the best case scenario. Worst case scenario, this person is they're not that different from our character, but they are still being body jacked.
Yeah. Ugh. Where did you get the construct?
I was born in a storm on the battlefield at night.
The woman roars.
Huh.
The girl says after a respectful silence.
She really doesn't want me to tell you what I just tried to tell you.
Who is she? I don't like this. This feels very uncomfortable. I am very curious though, so I can't stop talking to her. Why do your people explore?
Our impenetrable fortress in a lost valley is falling apart. I think we should just go out into the world for real, but no, my family is afraid.
The fingers on the woman's right hand wiggle like they're playing an instrument. Her dead expression doesn't change even as the girl's voice rises.
I'm not, of course, but they won't even let me use this thing. I have to sneak around like a child.
Oh, wow, so she's 12. Okay.
That's the tip off.
Uh-huh. Can't you tell me anything about where you got this construct?
Seeds!
The girl blurts.
Oh, she let me say it, but I probably won't get away with more. Sorry.
Okay. Alright. Nice meeting you. I hope that whatever untoward nonsense this is minimal. I'll see you around, Veranoth, warrior of the whatever.
Champion of the wastes!
Okay, sorry. Champion of the wastes!
champion of the waste is like never a great look. If it was a waste before you got there, what are you really a champion of? And if it became a waste on your watch, are you really a champion? You know what I mean?